Hello, this is Julie at Love's Beginning with a blog post called From Significance to Weightlessness. We invite you to notice today the placing of significance. When you are placing significance upon any phenomenal thing, how does it feel? We are looking here at the structure of the mesmerism, at the prison bars. These prison bars have no true substance. In fact, they dissolve when you stop to look upon them with and as the love you are. The invitation here is to leave the world uninterpreted by ego. The temptation is to believe the interpretation of the world that ego sends. Ego would set perceptual limits, telling you that the limits are real and they have the power to block the flow of love. As you abide simply in and as love without separate identity, in conflict with nothing, then you are allowing all of the lies of the world to be brought into the light where they dissolve. Remember that your mind is always touching all other minds across time and space. As you allow your perception to be corrected, you experience a world in which that healing is shared mind to mind. There are no limits to mind sharing. Yes, an individual can seem to block out awareness of the great power of love that they are, a power greater than any seeming physical impediment. But as the relaxation and happiness of one enlightened mind touches all minds, then all minds become more receptive to the truth of who they are and always have been. Here is another way of saying this. As you become more willing to see your fellow beings not as victims or pushers and shovers in the world, another version of them emerges. As you acknowledge the magnificent, unlimited, innocent, powerful beings that surround you, that is the version of each character that you allow to show up in your world. Then all the unnecessary worlds with all of the unhealed versions of characters merge and disappear. Only one world is left with all of the characters shining and pure and magnificent. They show up to you as you are willing to see them. You have the ability to see right through their roles to their magnificence today. You have the ability to make their magnificence primary in your sight. Every day you are invited to the same experience, to have a happy day. In order to have a happy day and to share this happiness mind to mind, you must relinquish all of your judgments about the world, both positive and negative. To relinquish all judgments is to drop the shackles to which you have been clinging, to drop an insistence that you are imprisoned by phenomenality. This has never been true. You have always been a willing judger. Now that you see you have an option, you can allow all of the meaning and significance to be drained out of ego judgment. When you see that it is meaningless, you will not pick it up as a tool anymore. You will not use it as a lens to judge the condition and worth of your fellow beings. When there are persistent blocks to your experiencing a happy day, we are here to gaze upon those blocks with you. We look at the significance you give them, and as we look, meaning supplied by ego falls apart. The formerly solid and formidable appears transparent. Looking steadily through what you thought real, with the presence of love, this gives happiness a chance to flow through your experience. Notice this is not about conditions arranging themselves to make a separate you happy. This is about seeing right through what you thought was real and powerful. As you are looking upon these blocks to the awareness of love's presence, we are gazing with you, because there is only oneness. You, as you conceive your vulnerable self to be, cannot ever be alone. You made the experience of physicality to show up as a self who could be convinced that aloneness is possible. But there is a clue even in that word. Aloneness. All oneness. The enactment of the impossible that mesmerizes you is woven with clues and symbols that lead you back to the truth of you. So when you gaze at what looks tangible and powerful with assistance, You allow the power you are to suffuse your experience. As you allow this, you recognize the power that all others are. So no matter what is happening, what is most prominent in your awareness is the innocence, beauty, health, and abundance of all, regardless of the plot or the characters currently in view. We support you in every moment, and the steadiness of our assistance is only a reflection of the stability of who you really are. We invite you to bask in this reality with us today. Thanks for listening.